Bug out bags, just by their sheer nature and the quantity of equipment that goes into them, is often big and very heavy. You want to make sure you are still able to be mobile. Take some time, go for a walk with your full packed out bug out bag on your back to ensure that your bag isn't an anchor. Whether your bug out strategy is vehicle based like mine or on foot, remember, mobility equals survivability. Running an option like the dedicated hiking back, which is the Magnum Stealth backpack, means you get hiking backpack levels of comfort with a large storage capacity. You want to consider the bag you're using very carefully. Also, don't spend all your cash on this bag. Go for something relatively inexpensive but still good quality, because chances are, hopefully, you'll never have to use it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Everyday Carry for Everyday Guys. So today we're going to be talking about bug out bags. My bag is the Magnum Stealth backpack. We're going to be taking you through everything I have in my bag as well as my mindset behind it. Okay, so let's talk about bag methodology or bug out plan. So having a bug out plan is as if not more important than having a bug out bag. If you don't have a plan, all you're going to do is chuck a whole lot of gear you probably don't need into a backpack and have to lug it around. And you're probably going to wander around aimlessly should anything happens that would cause you to need to bug out. So everyone's bug out plan is different, and remember, everything on the channel is an opinion, nothing is a recommendation. My bug out plan is vehicle based. I'm going to get to my Jeep. I'm going to go from location A to location B as quickly as possible. This bag is not kitted out for camping or woodland survival or fishing or hunting. I'm a city kid, right? I don't know how to hunt an animal. I haven't skinned a chicken before. I haven't done this thing. So my backpack is designed for my personal needs. Another thing, this may sound tough, but you can't carry gear for everyone. If you are a husband and wife team, your wife has to carry her own bug out bag. If you've got kids, that makes things a bit different or a bit more difficult. But understand, you as the male or as the EDC or as the one with the bag can't carry gear for everyone. I know it's selfish, but it's the reality of the situation. Also, not everything in the bag is tactical. There's a lot of purely utilitarian things in this bag. If a bug out situation occurs, it doesn't always mean natural disaster where there's no electricity or apocalyptic situation. We just had a lockdown. And a lot of people, well, they're actually still in lockdown, but lower level, go figure. And with the whole COVID-19 and the world sort of flipped on its head, people don't know what's going to happen. You know, you might need to bug out of your location of where you are, but there might still be general social services, electricity, banks, those sort of things. Understand that not every bug out situation means it's an apocalyptic situation where the world's coming to an end. Bag comfort is very important. My plan isn't to lug this guy around forever, but I do want to be able to carry it if I have to. So guys, we're going to start outside the bag, okay? First off, on the sides, we have a pair of mechanics gloves. These are the fingerless gloves. I'll see if I can get my hand inside one of them just to show you. The fingerless mechanics gloves, I like gloves because they are multi-purpose. The fingerless ones are cool, especially if you have a touchscreen cell phone, which pretty much everyone has these days. So a pair of mechanics impact gloves. This is on a carabiner, which is rated for 4 kilograms. It's really small. I don't know if you can see it. Then we also have some cable ties, tie straps, whatever you want to call it. They actually go through the sort of material that holds the clip on. So they fit through here and through the bottom one as well. Really useful, really accessible place to put it. I have it on both sides. So we've got about 10 or 12, I think, cable ties, tie straps, whatever you want to call it. Then on this side, we have another carabiner. We also have a paracord bracelet. This is the one that comes with a compass, a fire starter, as well as a whistle. So good deal. We also have one of these magnesium fire strips. I don't know if you can see that. I actually used this to make a fire once. Very, very difficult. Don't kid yourself. That is not something that you ever want to use. That is just like a worst case scenario. But I doubt I'll ever use that, but this is a good place to put it. Okay, then I want to talk about this flashlight, right? This is the Phoenix TK15. It's a really well-priced tactical slash utilitarian flashlight. 4 modes, including strobe, up to 1000 lumens, and it's basically, you put it on by the tail switch. It's got one of those really nice rubberized tail switches, and then you cycle the modes via a side switch right there. This is available from Blades and Triggers. Really cool flashlight. I've actually used it quite a bit. I don't know if you can see the paint's already coming off it. Really cool, really strong, IPX8 rated. Comes with a pouch. So if you want to get yourself one of these really nice, inexpensive flashlights to chuck on your bug out bag, because it's not something you're going to use every day, right? So you don't want to spend like all of your money on the world's most expensive flashlight, but you do want something survivable, something high lumen, something that is tactical, something that you can control with the tail switch, has a nice long travel on the button press before you hear the click. So you can have that momentary on and control it as you want to. Very cool, very survivable, and very cost effective. This is available from Blades and Triggers. Check them out. They have some really awesome gear. Now the reason this is on here is because this uses an 18650 battery. Unfortunately, the light doesn't come with a battery, but it uses an 18650 battery. So I've got a rechargeable 18650 in there, right? So remember that, because that's going to come back at a later stage. So this is a non-rechargeable flashlight, but I've got a rechargeable 18650 in there. Thanks to the guys at Blades and Triggers hooking up with this, because this is exactly what you need for your bug out bag. And this just sits on the little piece where the tie strap is hooked into. Hoping that's coming up nicely. Now remember that 18650 battery, EDC flashlight, the Manker MC11, also 18650. So 18650 rechargeable flashlight on here. Now my bug out strategy doesn't always dictate that I'm going to be able to get kitted up prior to exiting my home. So if I'm bugging out from my home at 2 o'clock in the morning and it's a natural disaster or it's an emergency situation, I just want to grab this bag and go, even if I'm butt naked, right? Grab this bag, grab my keys, and I'm out of here. And as I explain the bag further, you'll sort of get an idea of what I'm talking about there. So if I can't get to this flashlight, it means I'm going to have a non-rechargeable flashlight on my bug out bag, which is why I also have the Ace Beam L16. Also an 18650, but this is rechargeable, okay? So we've got 18650, 18650. What I can do is I can run this flashlight in moonlight mode for an amount of days. When this battery runs down, switch it out for this one, and then charge this battery. I'll get to the charging situation in a moment. So I've practically got a non-stop supply of light. I'll just switch between the two. So that battery continuity, the Ace Beam L16, I did do a review of this really cool, really powerful tactical flashlight. The reason I don't have O-lights on this bag is because O-lights require a specific charger, right? If you lose that O-light charger, the game is over. Whereas the Ace Beam and the Manker use a micro USB charger, practically almost every cell phone charger. So you find a cell phone charger and you're good to go. I have a cell phone charging cable in this bag. So I'm going to be good to go with charging this guy for as long as I need to. High-powered flashlight, very important for safety situations. Our minds and our brains are data processors, and we receive most of our data or most of our useful data through our eyes. So if we can get light in the situation, we have an immediate advantage. So that's the exterior of the pack. Remember guys, this bag is going to be packed for my personal abilities and my personal bug out plan. It might not suit yours perfectly, but that's because we're different. Okay, front pouch is medical and tactical slash utilitarian. Let me take you through it. Okay, first pouch, medical. We have a basic medical kit. This is an ouchie kit. Basic stuff, small bandages, plasters, headache tablets, things like anti-diarrhea tablets, tummy cramps, that sort of thing. A fold-up scissors, which I can't for the life of me understand why is not folded up, but it folds up really small, like so. Not going to cut yourself out of a vehicle with this, but it's going to be good enough. Can you see that? it's going to be good enough to use for most situations, cutting bandages, that sort of thing. Some glue. I recently hit my head on a shelf, and when I went to have it checked out, they said you can actually glue these things closed. So I chucked some glue in there, and then an immediate action medical med kit, tourniquet, bandages, all those fun stuff. I like to keep the pamphlet with the kit, so I always know what that kit should have. So that is medical. On to tactical slash utility. Tactical pen. Most important thing on this pen is the glass breaker tip, tungsten carbide tip, I think it is. If I need to get into or out of something that is preventing me from doing so via glass, I can break my way out of it. So inside this pouch, a holster. This is the Quantum Carry Centerline V2. The reason it's in here is because A, it can fit in here. B, comfortable, concealable appendix inside the waistband holster. If I want it to be a holster with mag carrier, it can be. I can always cut this cord and then it's just a holster and put this clip on this side. So it gives me options. In my previous bug out bag, I had a outside the waistband holster. I thought about it and I thought maybe it's not the best idea to advertise the fact that you're carrying. Side note guys, this is standing here because this would ordinarily be on the shoulder strap of my bug out bag, but the one that was on here was expired. So this one goes in my EDC backpack, but that's where it would normally be, and that's why it's standing here. I need to get this replaced. Holster. This is almost like my EDC side of things, right? So inside here we have a small, inexpensive, well not small, but the inexpensive multi-tool. Multi-tools, if you don't have one, you don't know what you're missing out on. These things come in handy so often. My main EDC is a Leatherman Scaly tool, but like I said, you don't want to put the best of everything in this bag because, or the most expensive, because you might end up never using it. And then a standard big lighter, as well as a blowtorch style lighter. This guy will light no matter what the weather situation is. Notepad for obvious reasons. And then we've got like a technical kit here. So we got a portable power bank, a cell phone, the old Samsung Galaxy ones. Remember the batteries could last for 2 days. Charging cable. So this cable will charge almost any of the rechargeable things required in this pack. And then this charging cable is the one for my everyday cell phone, my actual cell phone that I use. A roll of duct tape for obvious reasons. And then a spare mag inside a either G-code or Maxpedition. I can't remember. James Smart gave this to me. I can't remember if it's G-code or Maxpedition. Mag pouch. I may be bugging out at 2 o'clock in the morning and I don't take a spare mag with. So if I do need a spare mag, it's right there. I will definitely take my firearm. So that's just a backup. Okay, onto the front pouch. What I like about these zips is they go all the way down, so it's easy to access whatever's in here. Here's a surprise. A 2 and 3 prong plug. You might go somewhere where there's power, but you don't have the adapters required to charge your things. So really simple, really easy to carry, utilitarian item. Remember, everything in here isn't necessarily tactical, and you may be bugging out for reasons other than there being no more power. So you may bug out, but the electrical grid might be working fine. You might just not be at home anymore because you are obviously bugging out. Mechanics impact gloves. These are the one with the full fingers. Gloves, again, really useful utilitarian tools. And then inside here, 2 tire repair kits. These quick tire repair kits. You plug, if you get a flat, you plug them into the valve of your tire and you squirt it in there, and it gives you like, I don't know, like I think it's 100 kilometers of drivability out of that flat tire. The reason there's 2 is because chances are if you go over something that's going to puncture your front left tire, you might go over it with your rear left tire as well. And remember, my bug out strategy is vehicle borne. I'm escaping to a secondary location via vehicle. Another important thing, guys, is YKK zips. You want really strong zips on this backpack because you're probably going to end up stuffing it. Small, rather discreet pocket right here. And inside here we have an Urban Warrior UC buff that's been Ranger rolled. I reviewed this buff / mask. Very, very useful utilitarian tool. And then also inside here, Because YouTube is funky like that, I'm not going to say what's in here, but this is the exact size of two 50 round 9mm ammo boxes. So I'm not saying what it is or what it isn't, but it is a very specific size. So you decide what you think that may or may not be. YouTube, don't judge. Then there's another pocket here, which has nothing but a pair of shades, Bondis, really useful shades. Remember, I'm not sure what time I'm bugging out, so I might not have time to grab my shades. I do keep some shades in my Jeep, but 2 is 1 and 1 is none. What's really cool, guys, is as you're seeing, I'm opening up all these pouches, but I'm not undoing the compression straps. The compression straps on this backpack only compress the main compartment. Really cool way of doing it. So the second main pouch, again, useful that it goes all the way down, so you can fold it open. So can you see that? I'll take you through it. The second main pouch, in the top here of this, how would I show you this? So this section here, we have space blanket, and something I do want to remind you of, I'm only packing for myself. I'm not packing for Michelle or anybody else. They're going to have to pack their own bug-out bag, and that's something you have to come to terms with, okay? So, space blanket, that is a really good source of heat. And then, this is something I stole from Michelle. Mirror, many uses for that. Not just signaling, but you might have to do a procedure on yourself or remove something from yourself that you couldn't otherwise see unless you had a mirror to look into. And then we've also got sunscreen and bug lotion or bug repellent, obvious reasons. So here we have 2 pockets. First pocket, don't laugh, okay, we've got a wallet with some cash, credit card identification, handkerchief, a spare battery. This is a 1632 battery. This battery is for the red dot on my pistol. So I may bug out the day before I need a battery replacement. That's what that's there for. Matches. And then a grooming kit. Tweezers, nail clippers, scissors. There's nothing more annoying than having a splint in your finger and you can't take it out, right? That'll drive a person crazy. And then also we have a small case here. I don't know if you can see this, that has a SIM card in it. I'm hoping that's showing up. SIM card, backup SIM card with data and call airtime on there. So this is sort of like a utilitarian section. The other pocket next to it, we have a small set of binoculars. Remember I said we are data processors, and the earlier we can process data, the better decisions we can make. Binoculars for obvious reasons. Okay, let's flip it around. This is a really difficult piece to show you because the pouches are preventing me from opening this all the way. But inside here, we just have another small bag. This is to carry anything extra that I might pick up along the way, be it food items or whatever the case may be. Inside here, we have a waterproof bag and a heat pad. You never know when you're going to need extra heat, and you never know what your bug out situation is going to be like, so you might need extra heat. Wet wipes, utilitarian. And then inside here, an inhaler. I am asthmatic, as well as, obviously given the day and age, sanitizer. Okay guys, so again, like I said, you need really good zips. Also, these zips, what's nice about them is they have quite a long drawstring. Quite a long drawstring. I hope you can see that. So even if you're wearing gloves, you don't have to grip onto the zip itself. You can just grip the drawstring. Okay, now we're going to get into the main pouch. So we need to loosen the compression straps. And again, what's really cool is it opens all the way down so you can access everything easily. Okay, main pouch. First, inside the main section, we have energy pouch, and this contains various edibles. This is enough to get me through a day, 2 days max. I'm not planning to bug out and live out of this bag long term in terms of having enough food in it to sustain me for a week. These are high energy snack type meals that I can eat on the go without having to stop and cook and that sort of thing. You know, I just want things I can take out of this bag and munch on and just go. So energy bars, trail mixers, that sort of thing. That's what you're going to find inside this pack. Then also water inside of a metal water bottle, a bottle that you can put on a fire if you needed to, right? That's important. And I have put this on the fire, and it's got to be double lined, thick, strong, something you can, you know, bank your life on, because water is important. And this thing, as you can see, been through the wars with me, trusty water bottle. If you're going to put this on the fire, take the cap off, because the cap is plastic. So if you're going to purify water through heat, remove the cap. And then talking about caps, a EDC for the EDG battle worn cap. These are available on my store. Let me know, I'll hook you up. Okay, so remember I said I don't know when I'm going to be bugging out. This bag here contains a t-shirt, a pair of socks, and a pair of pants. These are the really cool hiking pants that you can zip off into shorts. Please don't make me take these things out. These things have been perfectly Ranger rolled to fit in this bag. You're going to make me take it out, aren't you? Fine. So this is the pants. Ranger roll, if you don't know how to do it, learn. It's a vital tool for packing. As you can see, long pants made of ripstop nylon. And here is the compartment where, let me find the zip for you. There's the zip where you can remove the leg of the pants. So high-tech hiking pants. Remember, as I said, I don't know if I'm gonna have to bug out at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm wearing nothing but my underwear. A pair of warm socks, obvious reasons. A Ranger rolled t-shirt. You know me, I love my gray t-shirts. But there you go. Gray t-shirt. So now I'll have to pack that right later on. And then inside here, we have a pair of Crocs. I know, not the most stylish, but super comfortable, made of leather, no laces required. So very, very easy to slip on and off. Nothing's gonna break. Really strong, really comfortable, wrapped in paracord. This is the glow-in-the-dark paracord. I'm sorry I can't show you right now, but just take my word, it's glow-in-the-dark paracord. And then also, we have one of those K-way jackets, those puffer jackets. A really warm jacket, very useful for all weather, really cool. And a belt, not the best gun belt, but it works. Remember, if I'm bugging out and I have my firearm with me, I've got a holster, but I've got to put it on a belt. So a backup gun belt. And then there's another compartment at the back, guys. This contains a map to my bug out location in A3, which is very simple for everyone to understand. You don't need to know where I'm going. Also, a iPad, the really old ones, the ones that last for like ever. I don't use it anymore, but again, we live in a technological age where I might have access to this sort of thing, but still have to bug out. So having an iPad, you got Google Maps, you got all your contacts, you got email, you got everything. So if you're not using it, having it there has a lot of value. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, he's bugging out with an iPad. Ask yourself, how many times a day would you use your iPad or smartphone? Just because you're bugging out doesn't mean the world's coming to an end and you can't use something utilitarian like that. And then lastly, guys, on the outside shoulder strap, we have a buck knife. Really good blade. Buck is a very reputable knife company, and this is more for utilitarian use than to kill someone or to cut down a tree. Having a sharp blade is always useful. So guys, that is my bug out bag, the Magnum Stealth backpack. Huge thanks to Magnum for this awesome bag. As you can see, it's a really capable pack, right? You can carry a ton of gear in there and you still have space for more, and everything is nicely compartmentalized. There is just one other thing I want to talk to you about, and that's a bug out box. So guys, I don't know how well you can see this because of the lighting. Let's see if I can. So there we go. This is a box. It's one of those plastic storage container type deals. And so if I can get my hands on this, I'll put this in my Jeep as well. It does have wheels, so I can drag it and lift it up to my Jeep when I need to. But in here is like extended survival things. Things like, for example, canned beans, and then this kind of deal, muesli in a box. This is enough for me for 2 or 3 days, right? And I've got about 4 of them in here. And then also things like canned tuna. Oops, tuna. So just get it out of the way. So the bug out box idea is, if you can get it into your vehicle, get it into your vehicle. It gives you an extended survival or extended sustenance life, but that's only if you can. And remember, my bug out plan isn't a plan to live in my vehicle forever. It's a plan to get to a secondary location and go from there, a location that's outside of the city, because that's playing to my skill set and playing to the tools I have available. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comment section below. Please don't forget the Southwest Halters competition that ends in a week's time. If you're watching this on date of release, if you don't have a bug out bag, this might be something to consider. Remember, everybody's bug out bag is individual to them. They might carry gear you might not need. And you might carry gear they might not need. It's climate specific. You know, here in Cape Town, we have some cold nights, but we never really go to freezing, and we have some hot summers, but it's never really to a point where you're going to die of heat stroke. So we have pretty much normal weather. So having extreme weather gear, not really a necessity. But again, everybody's plan and location and idea and ideals is different. Bear that in mind if I'm not doing something you would do, or I am doing something you wouldn't do. That's it, guys. Have a good one. Have a good week. Have a safe week. I'll see you soon for another review. Cheers. God bless.